Good morning and happy Tuesday. It is April 14th, 2020, and today we are doing lesson 12.7 in our math, and it is just about problem solving today. All right, so if you have your book with you, we're going to just open up to page 490. I'll leave it there. We'll come back to it. All right, you know the drill by now. All right, we're going to go through, watch the visual learning video, and then I'll walk you through the book like always. All right, so I'm just going to share my screen. And we are going to get started here. All right, so again, page 490, if you have your book with you. If it's not out yet, it's okay. You can pause the video, go back, but page 490 is the first page we'll be doing in our book when we get to it, all right? So let's watch the video, answer some questions, and have some fun. Here we go.
Emily is looking for something in her room. Which shape is Emily thinking of?
So it's showing her with a thought bubble here, okay? It's a thought bubble, and it says, what shape is Emily thinking of here? And I know at home you're yelling it out, shout it out. Tell me what shape, that orange shape right here inside of her head, what is she thinking in her thought bubble? What is this? It's not a circle, okay? It's the 3D version. It's a what? Hope you got it right.
Emily is thinking of a sphere.
You got that. Give me 2 thumbs up.
Do you see an object that looks like a sphere on the shelf?
Okay, this is the shelf here, all right, above the bed. And it says, do you see an object that looks like a sphere on this shelf? And how do you know?
How do you know?
All right, how do you know? Let's see, okay? Now, if you have to look really closely here, okay? I zoomed it in so you can see. I got old man eyes. You know this, all right? You probably got little kid eyes that you can see way better than I can, all right? But I had to zoom it in real big to see. But to me, I see something. I wonder if you see it. I hope you do. Let's see what they say.
No.
Oh, so they are saying the Ken. Wow, you know what? I think we're smarter than this book or this video, because they are saying that this is a cube and that this whole thing is a cylinder. But I'm looking inside the cylinder. Raise your hand if you were looking inside the cylinder. I know your brains are way bigger than what they're thinking. They're thinking, these kids, there's no way they see that there's sphere-shaped tennis balls inside of this cylinder. So I think, yes, there are spheres on this shelf. Now, they kind of wanted you to just think of it as a cylinder for the can, but guess what? We're way too smart for them, all right? We know better. All right, so let's see what else they said.
Where else in Emily's room can she look for an object shaped like a sphere?
Do you see anywhere else that you see a sphere in her room? Where do you see a sphere? Use your position words: above, below, next to, in front of, behind. What can you say to tell me where there's a sphere? Imagine I didn't know where it was and you had to explain to Mr. Nielsen. Say, Mr. Nielsen, it's where? Where is it? Tell me where it is. Let's see if you got it right.
She can look below the bed.
Oh, did you say below the bed? Did you say, Mr. Nielsen, look below the bed? Right here, I see it below the bed.
There's my ball. Emily found a ball under her bed. How do you know that Emily chose the correct object?
Okay, so how do you know that the ball is a sphere? How do you know, all right, that a ball is a sphere? We've been learning about shapes for the last few days in math, all right? We know that a sphere looks like a ball because a sphere has curved shape, right? It doesn't have any sides, right? It doesn't have any vertices or anything like that. It's just a curved shape here.
The ball looked just like a sphere. Both the sphere and the ball have a curved shape. Where is the ball?
So we already answered this, right? We know that the ball is below the bed.
The ball is below the bed. Now you know how to be precise when describing the positions of shapes in the environment.
So when they talk about this thing called precise, and they say they want you to be precise, precise means they want you to say exactly where something is. So again, I'm going to zoom in because they thought they were smarter than us. No way are they smarter than us, okay? We know that these tennis balls up here that were on this shelf, okay, we know those are little spheres, all right? They're the same shape as this down here. This big ball down here is just a bigger sphere, okay? But they were talking about what's on the shelf, a cube, a cylinder, because it's a can. Sometimes you can see inside things, though, and we know inside there are spheres inside there. So if I'm being precise and I'm saying exactly what I want, well, I would say maybe this beach ball is next to a treasure box. Look at that, a treasure box, like they're part of the pirate crew, maybe just like us, right? Or I would say there is a cube on the shelf above the bed next to the tennis balls. And you would know right away, Mr. Nielsen, you're talking about this right here, okay? So when you're talking about being precise, they just want you to say exactly where something is, or just to the best of your ability. Maybe you can say, I know that this beach ball is below the bed, under the bed, okay, below the bed, under the bed, next to the treasure box. That's pretty precise. I bet you're going to find exactly what you're looking for. All right, so there's probably something in your house right now where you can say, I'm looking at something right now in my kitchen, and I know it is on top of my kitchen table. It is in front of my cup of water. I am sitting in front of it. Do you know what it is? It's this thing that I'm talking to. It's my computer, right? It's on top of my table. I'm sitting in front of it. It's next to my water, okay? My water's kind of behind it. All right, it's next to my coffee cup. All right, so different things every day. You can just use words, position words, to describe something you're trying to find. All right, so let's see what they're trying to do here. So you're on page 490, okay? 490. It should have a picture, and there's definitely a teddy bear in the picture. So if you see that, then you're on the right page. All right, so number one, if you're ready, let's do it together. Number one says, have students mark an X on the object above the bed that looks like a cube. Okay, so I'll give you a second here. Mark the object above the bed that looks like a cube. And I'm sure you all did it by now. Let's just mark the cube because this is above the bed. It says, explain how you know you're right. How do you know you're correct? Tell me. Say, Mr. Nielsen, I know the cube is above the bed because here's the bed here, and to be above something, right, you have to be on top of it. Okay, it has to be over, above it, and it couldn't be this pillow right here because this pillow right here is not above the bed, right? It's on the bed here. So we need something over or above it, and that's where this cube is, okay? Now I want you to draw me a shape that looks like a rectangle next to the bed. Okay, not on the bed like this one, because this right here, this is a rectangle that's on the bed. I want a rectangle next to the bed. Let's see if you can do it. Okay, now I'm going to draw mine. Tell me if I'm right. Is this one right? Yes. If you did that, good. Is this one right? Yes, good. What about down here? Is this right? Would this be right? No, silly. That's not right because that one is below the bed, or that one's in front of the bed, right? They wanted it next to the bed. So you could draw this one here. You could draw this one over here. Raise your hand if you got that right. Either side you can draw it on. You could draw it on both sides if you want, okay? Excellent job. Let's move on. All right. Let me see. Here we go. It says number 2. I see this picture right here, okay? So be ready. I'm going to read the directions. Number 2, name some shapes that you see here. So why don't we go ahead and name this shape? Yell it out. Tell me what this shape is right here. It's the can, and it looks like something, okay? What about this big blue thing? Yell it out. Tell me if you know what it is. It's a ball, but that's not the name of the shape. The shape is a what? Am I giving you a hint? Sometimes that one's kind of hard to remember. Sphere, good. What about this thing right here? This is, kind of looks like what? Starts with a C. Yell it out if you know it. Cone. All right, I hope you got that one right. And then this one, I hope you all got cylinder. Good, so let's see. Let's do some figuring out exactly what shape they want us to circle. So, or put an X. It says, you are going to mark an X on the object that is behind another object and is next to the object that looks like a cylinder. Okay, so they're trying to trick you. All right, their wording is a little tricky here, so I'm going to help it out. Okay, you need to mark the shape that is next to the cylinder and also is behind another shape. Okay, so it's got to be next to the cylinder and behind another shape. So I wonder which one you're putting an X on right now. Remember, we're on number 2 here. Okay, did you put an X on the sphere? Then you are right. Okay, because it is next to the cylinder and it is behind this cone. All right, so it said it had to be behind another shape and it had to be next to the cylinder. Well, that's the sphere. I hope you got that right. Okay, good job, my friends. Number 3, okay? I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to do it, okay? Here's a picture of some shapes over here, all right? These blue shapes. It says, find the object in the picture in your book, okay, that is not besides the box of tissues. So which one of these shapes is not next to the picture? It's not beside. Okay, beside means right next to it. It has to be right next to it. Which one of these 3 things in this picture is not right next to the tissue box? All right. So you want to put an X on it over here, or you can X it over here, whichever one, all right? So I see a tissue box right here. Let's go over this. I see a tissue box right here. What is next to the tissue box? Okay, this is next to the tissue box, this watermelon. So that means this sphere is good to go. That is next to it. It's besides it. Good. What about this cone? Is this cone next to the tissue box? Yes, it is. Okay, that's good. All right. And then what about this cylinder here? Is this cylinder besides it? Is it right besides it? No, it's not right besides it. Okay, this cylinder is a little bit far away from it. Okay, it's close to it, but it's not right beside it. If it was beside it, it would be right here. When you're in class and you're sitting next to someone, it's the person right next to you, not the person 2 people away from you. Okay, if I said, who's your shoulder partner? It's this person right next to you, not the person 2 down. Okay, not the person at the end of the table. It's got to be the person right beside you, the person right next to you. All right? So we said this cylinder is not right besides this tissue box, right? But this cylinder is in the picture. Okay, now some of you might have been super smart, all right? Some of you might have been super smart and said this register kind of looks like a cube and that's not right besides it either. All right, if you said that, that's fine. You know this register is a cube, okay? Because a register is solid, it's thick, all right? A cash register, and it's probably the cube shape, even though here I think they're saying the cube is the tissue box. But if you were using your big brain and you were thinking, oh, this tissue box is like this cube or this register, all right? Great job. That's not besides it either, okay? If you want to put that, if you X that out, I'm fine with that, all right? Great work. All right, let's do one more here. Okay, now this is kind of a 3-part problem, so I really need your best answer, and I need you to pay attention, okay? It's a 3-part problem. Listen closely, all right? There's a lot of different shapes in this room, all right? You are going to use different problem-solving methods to tell me, all right, about your answer. So This guy Carlos right here, he wants to tell his friends about different things in this locker room and where they are located because there's a lot of stuff. And if he was trying to send someone in there to get something for him, he would have to give him precise things to look for. Like, oh, look under the clock. There's a poster on the wall that's in the shape of a rectangle. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this right here because it's under the clock. It's a rectangle and it's a poster, right? That's how I describe it with precision. Let's see if you can do it now. Mark an X on the object that looks like a cylinder that is besides the object that looks like a cube. So put an X on the cylinder that is next to the cube. See if you can figure that out. All right. See if you can figure out which one's the cylinder next to the cube. Well, I would say find the cube first. Where's the cube? Oh, right here. Here's the cube. Well, now I need to put an X on the cylinder next to it. Well, there's nothing over here, so it's got to be this cylinder right here. So that's where I put my X. All right, great job if you did that. Now it says, what words helped you find the right answer? What words did I say? I said next to. I said cube. I said cylinder. Okay, so you know your shapes. You know this is a cube. You know this is a cylinder. You know they're next to each other. They're besides each other. That's how you knew the answer. You used your brain. Great job. All right. Now, number 5. Okay, same paper here. We're going to use this same picture. Okay, Carlos says the soccer ball is behind the water bottle. Okay, he's talking about the soccer ball. He says the soccer ball is behind the water bottle. What is another way to explain where the water bottle is? Tell me, yell it out to me. Where's the water bottle? Where's the water bottle? He said the soccer ball is behind the water bottle. So how can you tell me where the water bottle is? Come on, I can't hear you. Say it. Oh, I'm hearing some great answers. Parents, you have some smart kids there. Oh, kids, you're making me real happy right now, okay? I hope these are some of your answers. Let's see. The water bottle can be in front of the soccer ball. Thumbs up if you said that. The water bottle can be under the bench. Thumbs up if you said under the bench. Thumbs up if you said below the bench. Okay? You could say, what we said, maybe next to this leg of the bench. Okay? Some people might have said that. All right? So it could be on the floor, right? Because it's on top of the floor here. So it could be in front of the water bottle. It could be under the bench. All right? There's different positions that the water bottle can be. All right, last one. Here we go. Carlos says the rectangle poster is above the circle clock. Do you agree or do you disagree? Carlos says the rectangle poster is above the circle clock. Do you agree? Do you agree? Come on. Yes or no? Is this poster above the circle clock? No way. No way. That is not above the circle clock. Where is this poster? This poster is below the circle clock. Oh, I know you got that right. I'm so proud of you. All right, great job. Okay, now you know all about position words. You know about the different shapes we're talking about. I know you know how to do this, okay? So when you go to do your quick check and your practice, buddy, take your time, all right? Work hard on it. Do those few, and you're done for the day, okay? Hope you have a great rest of your day.